I think we're there.
Yeah.
I think we are late stage Soviet Union and we don't even realize it. But hopefully there's time to turn the ship around. Welcome to MKUSUAL. It's like MK Ultra, but more normal. A lot of people in Washington, D.C. are going to jail. Or at least they think so. You've heard about this.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't heard anyone else talking about it.
That blows my mind. I haven't either.
You're the only person I've heard talking about it.
It started out with, I believe, a 9gag article and a New York Sun article. The headline was that Google searches for criminal defense lawyers surge in Washington, D.C. with Trump in the White House. Essentially, the story is that since Trump's taken office and after all this Elon stuff,
the Doge and the U.S. aid.
They be going through looking for fraud and like not laying some people off, but also telling some people you have a choice to be laid off or not. They're walking in and they're getting on people's computers, like while they're working from home, they're getting on their work computers and just like putting software engineers like into it. They've uncovered billions of fraud so far, and then out of nowhere, and you can Google Trends this yourself, in Washington, D.C., searches for defense lawyers are 5 times the national average. So there be thousands of people, or hundreds of people over and over and over, Googling how to get a criminal defense lawyer.
When was this article written?
This was earlier this week.
Okay.
I don't have the date here. Whatever day I texted you was the first day that came out. And what's even weirder is, if you don't think it's related to Elon and Doge, the searches... Okay, keep going.
February 4th, I'm looking at Google Trends right now for Washington, D.C. February 4th spiked from, comparatively, the 0 point is like an average. People are going to be looking that up. And this is like...
Right, that's not zero.
It's
The
not
baseline
zero
is not
searches.
zero.
It's just like...
Yeah, and I might as well go ahead and throw up the graph here while we're talking about it. So look at that spike. And again, 0 is not 0.
Yeah.
0 is normal. So it's like 5 times the average. A lot of people think they need a criminal defense lawyer. And again, I'm going to throw up another graph here. If you don't think it's related to Doge, somebody did a comparison of the searches for lawyer and Elon. And I'm showing it to you right now. It tracks pretty heavily, especially the big spike there at the end.
Yeah.
People are like, Doge, Elon, how to get a lawyer, essentially.
Wait, is red Doge or is...
Red is Elon.
Okay.
But you notice the spike at the end. I'll leave it up.
Yeah.
They both go up like exactly the same there on that final day. And you can kind of see how it tracks going up and up and up.
Yeah, these are probably dates like significant to like SpaceX, the first SpaceX launch or something. And then...
Right. But this big thing at the end is what we're looking at. Yeah. It just goes off the charts together. Now, there's a couple other graphs that are relevant to this, and this just cracks me up because I really do hope people go to jail over this shit, especially now that I know they have a guilty conscience. Now I'm going to show you the searches for wipe and erase. Blue is wipe, erase is red. That giant spike there is a couple days after January 23rd, 2025. Trump was sworn in on the 20th. It goes off the freaking chart.
How far back does it go?
November of 2024.
Okay. I'd be curious to see if there was a trend like every year, 3 days after the new president, people try to,
I doubt it. I bet that would be a story by now. That would be interesting, though. You would think that in November you'd have a little jump. After Trump won, possibly, but then the Doge stuff became a reality. I think this is just straight up, people know they've stolen money.
It's panic.
And then Elon came out and he said that he's going to start looking into government employees who make 6 figures that have like $10 million or more. Did you hear that? Here's another graph. We'll hit one more graph. Then I got a video. This is interest over time in the Washington, D.C. area for Swiss bank, offshore bank, wire money, and IBAN. Boom. Completely flat for the last 2 months. And then right after January 20th, into February, kapow.
IBAN is an international bank account number. I didn't know what it was. It identifies the account holder, financial institution, the country. This could, well, some of this, now that I'm thinking about it, could be related to them searching.
Yeah, but it's like an average across the whole district. So they'd have to be searching the same term over and over. They'd be typing the word IBAN into Google over and over. So unless they're just reminding themselves what it is every 30 seconds. He's working with a team of, I think, about 20 people.
Yeah.
This is a significant number of people searching this, like a significant number of times a week.
The Swiss bank and offshore bank and wire money, those all,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't think you would be Googling Swiss bank to find out what a Swiss bank is. You'd be Googling that because that's like...
You're looking for Swiss banks that will accept your money.
Yes. You're like, what's the name of a Swiss bank? How do I access a Swiss bank? And we can discuss further on, but I want to get to this video before it's too late. Maxine Waters, congressman, famous for a lot of things. I'm going to go ahead and show a video here. 1, 2, 3, go.
People of this country are being violated because all of our privacy is being taken up by Elon Musk and Trump, and we don't know what all they have on us. We don't know what all they have on us.
We don't know what all they have on us.
Awkward.
Awkward. Said the quiet part out loud. Had to mention Elon there too. And have you noticed recently on social media, there's like this meme that like Elon Musk is going to steal your social security number. Like Elon Musk is trying to steal $20 out of your, like,
Yeah.
they're painting it as like he's getting into your personal shit. And in reality,
It's been every major corporation for the last 30 years.
yeah. Plus, it's the government. It's the government. The government has access to your government information. Elon and his people are government employees. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if he actually were to commit a crime, like, that would be provable. You could do something about it. It's the same laws and same stuff we've had forever. The only difference is no one's ever gone in with a freaking hacksaw like this and been like, oh, we're going to expose some shit. And what's the deal with the Google searches? What's the deal with everyone looking for a criminal defense lawyer, Swiss bank accounts, the whole 9 yards? I mean,
It's already fucking scandalous enough that, like, above water, what's her name? Dianne Feinstein. All these other senators, their trades are like, they have to be listed. It's public information. And yet, you can see the trend of them exploiting their position
yes,
for personal gain.
which is technically legal,
It is, well, yeah, it's legal.
but it shouldn't be.
It's highly unethical. So then it's like, where's the uproar?
Right.
Because I don't know.
But what's crazy is they can insider trade essentially legally. And I understand, I'm not going to defend it, but I will say I can understand letting our politicians have investment accounts and stuff because what you don't want is for them to be bribed.
Right.
You don't want them to be subject to foreign powers. However, that being said, in my opinion, they're getting bribed too. Why did Joe Biden have a shit ton of classified documents that are 50 years old in his garage? The guy never left office. He never left Washington, D.C. since he was 25 years old. Why is he taking that shit home? Who is he selling it to? Why is his son on all these foreign boards? He's the problem is like we have this like, well, let's let them make money that way they're not subject to bribes. They're clearly getting bribed too. There's all these connections to China. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not working.
It's also and it's like this. It's not even just one bird. It's like everyone.
Yes. Yes.
The whole thing is bankrupt.
Yeah.
Like the whole wall to wall, the wheels fell off a long time ago.
I saw something a day or two ago that said that if Doge cuts at the current rate for 3.5 years, that would be our annual budget deficit. No, I'm not saying it's possible or there is that much fraud and stuff, but like at the current rate, if they just keep going, not even through this whole term, if they just keep finding something new every day that's about the same amount of money, literally it's like 1.2 or to somewhere between that and like $2 trillion would just be eliminated from the budget. It is possible. And our debt is one of the most existential crises that we have as a nation. It's what makes us subservient to China, and it's what makes us let them dick us around and stuff. If it turns out that that's literally all fraud and these rats are trying to run off the ship, send their shit overseas, get criminal defense attorneys, that is like a fall of Rome story. It's just everybody taking a little bit for themselves until it just destroys one of the greatest nations that has ever existed. There's the FBI come to get us. If you can hear the police siren.
Well, this is like, that has been a joke since I remember as a kid in the 90s, like the golden toilets, and it's like the applied pressure augmentation device or something.
That was a real thing in the Reagan administration.
It's like a $7,000 budget line item for a hammer, but it's called it has applied augmentation pressure device, and it's just a fucking hammer.
Yes.
There's nothing, like, there was nothing special. They buy a toilet, but it doesn't even have to be gold plated. You just list it on your budget as that's what you spend. You buy a regular toilet for $150 and then put the $12,000 extra in your pocket. And then if you don't spend that much money and continue to, you aren't allocated that money the next year for the budget.
Yep. So once there's fraud becomes built in even for those who are not committing fraud.
In perpetuity.
Yes.
And so, this is like if you want to apply the like, it's impossible for white people to be racist logic because the system is inherently logic, then is inherently racist, like because white people have been, so like that's the same logic. It's like the whole thing
is corrupt.
So like, it's not. And then you're like, well, not all white people are racist, or like some of the people aren't corrupt, or like, so it's like, I don't know. I just couldn't think of another.
Just because I put that bumper sticker on my car, Carol.
I just couldn't think of another parallel. It's like,
no, you're right. Yeah,
it's like such an extreme, but it's like this is okay. If the racist system is like what's perpetuating poverty, then like, who cares? Let's look at the fucking results. That's what I'm trying to say, I think. I don't know, like, I've been like, okay, have you ever heard of the book The Creature from Jekyll Island?
No.
It was a book, I can't remember the guy's name. He wrote like a long history. It's like an 800-page book about the Federal Reserve and like its creation, the implications of it, monetary history. That's where I lost all faith in the government. Mm-hmm. Is the 1913 Federal Reserve Act, and there's a ton of conspiracies down that rabbit hole,
which we'll get into on this channel eventually.
Yeah. The Titanic is implicated. That like all the people who were opposed to it were invited on this boat trip of the most luxurious.
Yeah.
And then all like the support families were also invited, but like many of them did not go on this historic event trip. They backed out the day of, and then obviously sank, and the bill passed soon after, which made our money fiat money. It was no longer backed by gold, any tangible thing of value, which that's perfect condition if you want to run a fraudulent enterprise.
I think we are looking at decades and decades of fraud,
Yeah.
which is so infuriating.
It's not Obama or Bush or Clinton or
It's the
Trump
system.
or it's inherently, and I make jokes about it, but I really believe that, like, the joke is like, did you guys vote? And I'm like, I'm just disappointed we elected another president. Like,
Yeah.
I feel that way. Like, I would rather go back to, like, Stone Age level subsistence living and rebuild it than, like, perpetuate this until that's the inevitable conclusion. We do collapse into a manifest third world country.
I think we're there.
Yeah.
I think we are late stage Soviet Union and we don't even realize it. But hopefully there's time to turn the ship around. I think they had certain political structures that it was impossible to turn the ship around. They couldn't just be like, we're not communists anymore, but we still are a one-party communist state. You know what I mean? Like, I think we have enough freedom in this country and different parties and stuff and different people and flexibility we can turn around. But I truly believe with all the stuff that came out with the U.S. aid paying journalists, Project Mockingbird, all this waste, all this like CIA crap we do, all the spying on Americans, like I don't see how we are any different than 1980s Soviet Union. We're just waiting for a crisis to make us to just tip us over the freaking edge.
Yeah.
Hey, like and subscribe if you like our takes. Drop a big old dub for Doge. You know what? Subscribe if you like Elon. Like if you don't like. There's no wrong answer. Just do us a solid.
Yeah. We don't support billionaires until I will support billionaires when I become one.
Soon,
Until then.
Soon. Bye.
Thug Life Certified.